Okay, we're here with one of the local men, Jamie Duff, resides in Christchurch, but here for round 4 of the War of the Wings at Cromwell. You all geared up, car looking pretty good in hot laps?
Yeah, no, the car's not too bad. The track sort of caught us off guard. It looked really drivey, but dusted off pretty quick. I guess the heat of the day's got to it a bit and made for a challenging night, I guess.
Well, we were talking about that over in the crowd there. You had a lot of drive in 3 and 4, but none in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys struggled on 1 and 2. It sort of dusted off halfway through and it's kind of miserable on exit, so yeah.
So a couple of setup changes for the car before you head out for the first heat?
Yeah, pretty much a rebuild on it and see how it goes.
You'll be pretty used to doing that, are you?
Oh yeah, a few years of it.
Okay, we're here with Jackson Lovelady, driver of the 17C Lovelady sprint car.
Yeah, it's good to be down here. It's going to be exciting to get out and race with everybody. It looks like it's going to be a good track, a bit slick out of 2, but no, I think it'll be a good time.
Round 4 of the War of the Wings, first time down here for the War of the Wings, and you're all geared up, looked a bit slick out of 1 and 2, but had the foot hard up at round 3 and 4, hard one to set up for?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tricky one. I mean, we've raced down here a lot in the Super Saloon, so we sort of got some idea of what's going on, but these sprint cars are a completely different animal, so we'll give it our best and try a few different things and just try and get it hooked up out of there. It seems to be pretty good everywhere else, so yeah, it should be good. We'll just do what we can.
Do you know where your times are sitting currently from the hot laps that you've done just before?
No, I don't, but I know I'm in the first heat, which is up in a couple minutes here, and I'm starting from 6th, so I'm not actually sure what the time was. I think it was down there. We went out in the time trial about 20th, so the track was already pretty hammered by then, but as it is, so no, it should be good.
Well, here we are, folks, here at Central Motor Speedway for race number 1 of the War of the Wings here, and our front row's looking pretty fantastic there. The Coors Light 75 car, of course, Motor Trade Finance car of Chris Gerard. On his outside, we'll see the 95 car, the Avon Insurance Brokers Advanced Panel and Paint car of Ray Bourne, 64 Sky Farmers Aviation car, Matt Honeywell, Fairview Fiberglass, and of course the Ranch Bar and Grill 44 car, Daniel Anderson. And then back and behind him, it looks like it's 17, Jackson Lovelady, and the 73 is Sean Ashton. Let's do it, racing we go. And look at that, Chris Gerard's got a beauty of a start. He'll make his way up into turn 1 and 2, leading the field at the moment, about 2 spots back. We'll see the 64 car of Matt Honeywell. Already about 5 or 6 and behind. The 95 car, Ray Bourne's got 44, Daniel Anderson sniffing around him. Looks like, though, the 64 car of Matt Honeywell making it a bit wrong, coming out of turn 4 and gets into the yucky stuff, but he's got himself back going again. And the 95 car, Ray Bourne's trying to track him down now. Looks like the 44, Daniel Anderson's up nice and high, going up into turn 3 and 4, ducks down for the tight turn 1 and 2 now as the fields start to sort themselves out. And it looks like, though, that the 75 car, Chris Gerard, still the one that leads the charge now. On the screen at the moment, we do see the 95 car, Ray Bourne, having a great battle with 73, Sean Ashton. Back behind them, we'll see our 17 car of Jackson Lovelady and the 49 machine also there as well. And that is, of course, the car of Sam O'Culligan. Look at this battle going on between the 73 and the car of course, 95, Ray Bourne. Looks like Ashton's going to sneak down the inside now as they start to make their way down the back straight up into turn 3 and 4. Looks like Ray Bourne's got it covered at the moment, though. 73, Sean Ashton's going to have to try and close it off as they make their way across the start-finish line now and start to get they're up into the mid part of the race now. Of course, 11 laps is the distance in this one here as 75, Chris Gerard, still the man doing the business right up the front here. He's opened up a massive lead back to our next place car. Looks like, though, that the 64 car of Matt Honeywell is going to have a bit of a challenge very shortly from 44, Daniel Anderson, in the Ranch Bar and Grill sponsored machine as we look at our 95 car of Ray Bourne. He's still doing the job, and a wee bit of wonky camera work from our guys up on the towers today. She's a little bit windy here at Central Motor Speedway. Okay, back to the 95. Ray Bourne, the PPG Avon Insurance Brokers Advanced Panel and Paint car, doing everything he can to hold off the 49 car of Sam O'Culligan and doing the job at the moment pretty comfortably. Look there, Jackson Lovelady just going past our shot there as well. So there we go, 95, Ray Bourne still holding him off. He's got about 2 or 3 car lengths back to the 49 machine. Of course, nephew of the 88 car of Jason Scott is the 49 of Sam O'Culligan. So Bourne comfortably holds it at the moment, and we've still got our leading car, the 75 car of Chris Gerard, but change of spot for that second now, and looks like we've actually got a car around the 11 car of Steve Sutherland coming out of turn 2, right in front of the ITM corporate box there, just spun out, which is a bit of a, mistake from him, but they'll get him back into the line again, and that, of course, the 11 of Steve Sutherland making a bit of a mistake. But unfortunate for him. So our looks like though the 75 car Chris Gerard, fantastic job. TNL looking after him. 44 Daniel Anderson and 64 Matt Honeywell dropped that spot right on turn 1 and 2 further back in the race. So he'll be kicking himself a wee bit, and he'll be fine though. 95 Ray Bourne, Sam McCulligan, Sean Ashton there as well. 17 Jackson Lovelady further down. He's come across from Super Saloons, obviously, so he's doing not too bad at all. We should see them up and running. This time around, we can see the yellow's gone out. So they're up into turn 3 and 4. Can 75 Chris Gerard do it? It'll be a sprint to the finish. Couple of laps, let's do it. Racing we go. So just the 2 laps pretty much, and the 75 car Chris Gerard jumps to a nice wee start. Here comes Daniel Anderson though, having a wee look down the inside. It's a drag race between those two as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4, beautifully controlled by the 75 car of Chris Gerard. This is the last lap. White flag is out, 1 to go. Can Gerard hold it off? 44 Daniel Anderson having a wee look down the inside. They're up into turn 3 and 4. Should be a drag race to the finish. Here comes Daniel Anderson. Anderson's gone wide to try and get up nice and high, but 75 Chris Gerard will take the win from 44 Daniel Anderson, and behind him we'll see the 64 car of Matt Honeywell, 95 Ray Bourne, 49 Sam O'Culligan back in 5th, 73 Sean Ashton for 6th, 7th was the 44 car of Alan Chapman, 8th was the 89 of Jason Smith, 11th was the 9th was the 11th of course Steve Sutherland, and rounding it out the last 2 there, 32 Martin Harcourt and 17 Jackson Lovelady.
Okay, we're here with heat number 1 winner, the 75 car of Chris Gerard. Mate, the track all right out there?
Yeah, it's going to be really challenging off middle of 1 and 2, I think. Look, it's getting really slick, going down the back straight. It's going to be good fun, but just got to watch what you're doing in that 1 and 2 corner, I think.
Many changes you're going to make to the car for the second heat?
Yeah, we're just changing the ride height at the moment because it was actually bottoming out in the front and ploughing a big paddock and chucking mud up under my bloody accelerator pedal. I couldn't get full throttle, but no, we've got a little bit of a exhaust leak we're just trying to fix, but no, change the ride height and that's about it.
Well, congratulations on taking out P1 in the first heat, and hopefully we get to catch up with you a wee bit later on.
Yeah, I hope so. Good start.
Okay, welcome back folks here to Central Motor Speedway. Very windy but beautiful day here as the guys start to get lined up, and Simon Stevens just on screen there. And off the front we see the 4 car, the Digger Earth Movings machine, Fat Hippo design of Kyle Shearing on his outside, 88 Jason Scott in the Edge Parts Performance car. The BRT machine currently second on points coming into this round. It's Luke Keegan on his outside, the Concut car of 19 Jamie Duff. This will be where the battle is. All the fast boys up the front. Can Kyle Shearing do it? Let's do racing we go. And 4 Kyle Shearing gets a good start, but 88 Jason Scott's going to go up nice and high as he makes his way out of turn 2. He's already opened up about 3 or 4 car lengths back to the 4 car of Kyle Shearing now. 19 Jamie Duff's right on the diff of the 4 as he looks like the 87 car's going to do the same thing. As we look down the inside of 19 Jamie Duff side by side going up into 1 and 2, but Duffman is certainly going to sort that out now. Matt Anderson starting to make his way up nice and high, coming off turn number 2 on the 92 car of Caleb Brooks. Those two having a wee bit of a scrap there, but looks like the 16 car of Matt Anderson's got it under control, and he'll start to try and catch up behind the 87 car of Luke Keegan now. Shearing, looks like this battle's going to be the one where it's going to happen at the moment. 19 Jamie Duff still holds off that 3rd spot. Keegan's really pushing him nice and hard though. As we look coming off turn 4, can't quite get it to work going up between turn 1 and 2, and the Duff man's got it sorted and got him covered at the moment though. But the Edge Parts Performance car of 88 Jason Scott, he has checked out and he's off and gone, making his way up into 1 and 2 now. The battle's certainly on for Kyle Shearing, trying to hold off the 19 car of Jamie Duff. I think it's only a matter of time before we'll see him try and get some sort of move. As we look down the inside, going up between turn 3 and 4 now, and Duff looks like he might have got his nose in the front, but Kyle Shearing's going to wipe it off for him, and he will have to settle for that 3rd spot at the moment as Kyle Shearing actually opens up a wee bit of a buffer now. That's allowed the 87 car of Luke Keegan a bit of an opportunity down on the inside. Matt Anderson He's looming around as well. And further down the field, we're really starting to see some battles starting to open up here. The Duff Man looks like he's got round the outside of the 4 of Kyle Shearing now. Luke Keegan's going to try and do the same thing going up between turn 3 and 4. So looks like though that Kyle Shearing might have dropped a couple of spots here, but he's still maintaining that 4th spot with Matt Anderson closing it up pretty quickly now on him. So we're looking through further down the field. The 92, Caleb Brooks, 98, Mark Evans, the Hydrolink machine. He's having a good one with him at the moment, but looks like Caleb Brooks has made a bit of a mistake going past us in the commentary position. And now Mark Evans is up nice and high, got the Hydrolink machine up into that next spot. Not too far away from Caleb Brooks. We'll see our next place car, 69, Brett Sutherland, and then the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. would be in behind him. Look at this battle going on for the minor spots further down the field. And I tell you what, some of this racing's just as good as what it is further down up the field. So it's still 92 Brooks on Brett Sutherland. Here comes Steve Duff Jr. Wee bit of a across the line there, but he's managed to keep it in the right side of the track anyway. As we look still for this battle here, 92 Caleb Brooks from 69 of Brett Sutherland, and of course it's Steve Duff Jr. But Jason Scott, he's on the white flag lap. He's going to come across the start-finish line. He's going to win this race comfortably. Look at that, Jason Scott. He'll go across the line to take the win. Back in behind him, 19, Jamie Duff, 87, Luke Keegan. In behind Keegan, we'll see the 4th car of Kyle Shearing, 16, Matt Anderson. Fantastic run from him. In behind him at 6th spot, the 98 car of Mark Evans. 7th is 92, Caleb Brooks. 1 spot back, the 69 of Brett Sutherland. The 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. Then the 96 car of Ross McKinnell right down the tail end of the field. And the new boy on the block, the 27 car of Daniel McKinnell, brings up that final spot right at the tail end of the field. Well done to the 88 car of Jason Scott.
Okay, we're here with the winner of heat number 1. It was race number 2 for sprint cars though, 88 Jason Scott. Pretty pleased with that one?
Yeah, pretty pleased. Haven't had a win for a wee while.
Coming off the front, you got off to a pretty clean start and it was just open track from there.
Yeah, no, it was, and the track was real good. It got a bit more moisture in it and held out to the 12 laps. It was real good.
That's always good. Then any changes or anything you're going to make for the next heat before you go out?
No, we're up pretty soon, so a couple of small shock change and that's about it. Yeah, and we'll try and stick where we're at.
Okay, just quickly, any sponsors you want to take care of, Jace?
Seeds Parts, yep, ticking away with him.
Thanks very much, Stiffy, of course, there with the 88 car of Jason Scott, who actually joins us in this race as well. And off the front row, 15 car, better start this time round. Steve Duff Jr. Concut looking after him. 44 Alan Chapman is there as well, Chapman Agriculture. And then back behind him, Fairview Fiberglass, 16 Matt Anderson, one of the up-and-coming youngsters, doing it on a budget. Lakeland Glass, 49 of Sam O'Culligan, 96 Ross McKinnell, 89 car of Jason Smith, the Showtime. Jason Smith, as AJ Batts referred to him as. 92 Caleb Brooks is there as well. 19 Jamie Duff, Jackson Lovelady, Matt Honeywell with Jason Scott. And the 75, the winner of the first one, of course, Chris Gerard, right off the tail end of the field. So they'll let them go this time round as the yellow has now come off, making their way up into turn number 3 and 4. Once again, apologies for the wee bit of a shoddy camera work here. Windy, it's very, very windy here at Central Motor Speedway. Let's go racing anyway. And a good start to the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. already opens up about 8 or 10 car lengths back to our next place car, 49 Sam O'Culligan. One to lose out there, 44 Alan Chapman has been passed by the 16 of Matt Anderson now. Caleb Brooks is having a good crack on the inside of 96 Ross McKinnell and the 89 car of Jason Smith. Jason Scott starting to make his way up through the field. He's got down the inside of the 64 car of Matt Honeywell. Right up a bit in front of Scott's the 89 of Jason Smith, and of course 19 Jamie Duff's had a good start, starting to make his way up through the field now as well. Still a wee bit of work to go though, as right in front of him we see the 92 car of Caleb Brooks. Bit of a battle further down, Scotty versus the 64 car of Matt Honeywell. The Sky Farmers Aviation cars only looking at the diff of the 88 car of Jason Scott now as they go across the start-finish line and complete another lap. Behind them, 75 car of Chris Gerard's there as well. Righto, so let's have a wee look. There's a battle going on between the 19 of Jamie Duff, 89. Jason Smith's made a bit of a balls up coming off turn number 3, and he'll rejoin on turn number 4 with the 88 car of Jason Scott going around the outside of him now. Let's have a wee back look further up the field, and 44 Alan Chapman and the 19 car of Jamie Duff just being passed by the Dyers Pass Mitre 10 car of 92 Caleb Brooks. These guys are having a great wee battle for those minor spots. Well, actually they're racing for some positions there at the moment. 19 Jamie Duff is can't get round the 44 car of Alan Chapman. He's going to try up nice and high and gets right up behind him, just about gives him a bit of a nudge as they go across the start finish line. 92 Caleb Brooks is waiting for the mistake. It hasn't come yet, but looks like the 92 Caleb Brooks has got a nice wee move on the both of those guys and puts himself up into a pretty good position there. 88 Jason Scott's not too far away there either. But in first spot, he's checked out, he's off and gone. It is the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. comfortably at the moment. 49 Sam O'Culligan's also out there by himself. The 16 car Matt Anderson still holding off that third spot, and then the 19 car of Jamie Duff starting to make his way up through the field as well now. Still those battles going on further down, but it's too little too late for these guys. 64 Matt Honeywell took a long time to get past the 89 car of Jason Smith. Smith's having a wee look down the inside as he's about to be caught up by the 75 car Chris Gerard. Gets the door shut on him though, does Gerard. But up the front, look at this battle going on. It's the 15 car of Steve Duff's gone, but 49 Sam O'Culligan and the 16 machine of Matt Anderson doing a fantastic job there as well. Still focusing on this battle further down the field. It's definitely a beauty, and looks like the white flag's come out. She's one to go for Steve Duff Jr. This is a fantastic run from the youngster. He had a bit of a shocking start, but he certainly made up for it in this race, and he's heading down the back straight, making his way up into turn 3 and 4. It will be the checkered flag. It has dropped for the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. Back in second spot, 49 Sam O'Culligan. In third, 16 Matt Anderson. Fourth with the 19 car of Jamie Duff. In fifth, 92 Caleb Brooks. 688 Jason Scott. 764 Matt Honeywell. In behind him in 8th spot, 75 Chris Gerard. 9th was the 44 car of Alan Chapman. 10th was the 17 car of Jackson Lovelady. And in 11th, we'll see the 89 of Jason Smith. And rounding out that top, the next spot is the 96 car Ross McKinnell. Fantastic drive, Steve Duff Jr. Let's join him with Stiffy down there in the pits.
Okay, we're here with the first place getter, heat number 2, race number 2. It is Steve Duff Jr. Pretty confident after that one?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, eh? First meeting for the season, eh? Just shaking a bit of rust off, and I'm glad to get a win. Yeah, pretty stoked.
It is round number 4, so I guess winning and passing cars is pretty much all you can do to try and make your way back up there in the points for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any podium finishes at the end of the season, but all I can do is try and, I don't know, try and get some podium finishes in the heats or in the features, but I'm not going to win anything really.
Well, first place in a heat race is doing pretty good for a start. Anyway, any changes you're going to make to the car for the next heat, Steve?
Probably not too much, just tighten her up a bit for the slick track, and that's probably about it.
Your brother's obviously in the same heat as you, and to come away with one over him, and he's raced the whole season, you must be pretty chuffed about that too. Bit of brotherly rivalry.
Yeah, I'm going to stick it in his face at the pub after this.
Yeah. Congratulations, mate. Any sponsors you want to take care of?
Yeah, Concart, I'll read my car. Fast Times, Total, Bluebridge, Dave Granger Contracting, Mag and Turbo, and Go Fast Energy.
Well, welcome back, folks, to Central Motor Speedway, and this is the War of the Wings. And our next race is getting ready to go. The Bashik Transport 9 car of Nathan Essel off the front. And we've got the Singleton Science car, 27 Daniel McKinnell, of course, the son to the 96 machine you see floating around here before of Ross McKinnell. And then we've got the both the Hydrolink cars in the next row, of course. That is 11 Steve Sutherland on the inside, 69 Brett Sutherland on the outside, the 32 Value Cars sponsored machine of Martin Harcourt will be on his outside, 6 Simon Stevens, beautifully presented machine. This reasonably new to the grade as well, and he's got a wee bit of work to do as this race 12 laps is the distance. And we're starting to get build up the speed. Yellow's gone off, coming up between turn 3 and 4. They should let them go. Racing we go. Well, looks like Daniel McKinnell's got a good start. The 9 car of Nathan Astor now being passed on the outside of the 69 of Brett Sutherland now. 11 Steve Sutherland starts to see the diff of the 9 car of Nathan Astor getting a wee bit closer as he comes up between turn 3 and 4 now. Martin Harcourt, the 73 car of Sean Ashton having a great wee battle. And behind him, the 44 car of Daniel Anderson's got 95. 75. That's Ray Bourne, and 87 Luke Keegan's floating around there as well. Nice wee shot of the 69 car, Brett Sutherland, trying to chase down the 27 car of Daniel McKinnell as they make their way up between turn number 1 and 2. That tight turn there, looks like 11 Steve Sutherland's got it round nicely from the 9 car of Nathan Astle. Astle up high on the track, coming off turn 4 now, about to go across the start finish line and complete another lap now. These guys are battling it out for that minor placings at the moment. Is the 9 car, the Basic Transport Nathan Astle machine, looking pretty good just to hold his line there a wee bit. 27 Daniel McKinnell still chasing the 69 car Brett Sutherland, who seems to be the one that's up in the lead at the moment now. So still looking at 11 car of Steve Sutherland making his way up into turn number 3 and 4. Still the 9 car of Nathan Astle trying to chase him down now. Brett Sutherland still leads it from the 27 car of Daniel McKinnell. There's Brett Sutherland now on the 69 machine, the Hydrolink machine starting to catch up on the back of the 6th. The lap traffic in the form of the Simon Stevens registered to the Cromwell Club now. Back behind him still the 27 car of Daniel McKillen. Steve Sutherland doing a fantastic job back in 3rd spot at the moment, and behind him 9 of Nathan Astle. Luke Keegan starting to get into his work. He's made his way up into that 5th spot now as well. 1 spot back, 44 Daniel Anderson's having a good wee crack. He's actually got past the car of 87 Luke Keegan at this stage as they get into about just over halfway through this race. Not too many laps left to go for these guys now. Up the front though, and 69 Brett Sutherland still doing the business up the front. It'll look like that battle going on between the 44 car of Daniel Anderson and also 87 Luke Keegan. Looks like Keegan's got past him now. There's a good wee battle going on between the 27 car of Daniel McKinnell and 11 Brett Sutherland. Still 9 Nathan Astle holding them off at this stage. There's 4 Kyle Shearing about to be passed on the outside by the 69 of Brett Sutherland. Looks like the 32 car. Looks like 6 Simon Stevens had a bit of an off coming off turn number 2 now as we look further down the field. At the head of the field, and it's the 69 car. Brett Sutherland's got past the lap traffic in the form of the 4 of Shearing and the 32 car of Martin Harcourt. White flags out for our leader at the moment. 6 Brett Sutherland. He's about to go down the back straight. 2 turns left for him now. Up between turn 3 and 4, and it will be 69. Brett Sutherland about to get across the start finish line. He'll take the win from our 2nd place car 27. That's Daniel McKinnell. In 3rd spot 11 of Steve Sutherland. 4th we'll see the 9 car of Nathan Astle. In 5th the 87 car of Luke Keegan. And then 44 Daniel Anderson, 95 Ray Bourne, 73 Sean Ashton, and Mark Evans and Kyle Shearing, Martin Harcourt and Simon Stevens at the tail end of the field.
Okay, we're here with the driver of the 69 N car, Brett Sullivan. Round number 4 of the War of the Wings here at Central Motor Speedway, coming away with that heat win. Pretty happy?
Yeah, really happy with the way the car went, and that it was hooked up really well, and hope to carry that on for the feature.
Fast track Central Motor Speedway, isn't it? Does it take a while to come to grips with this track?
Oh, definitely. This track is one of a kind. It's none like any other we race in New Zealand, so it really takes a while to get grips with it. Anything
you're going to change for the next heat and or feature?
I'm going to watch the track. I don't want to change too much. The car was handling really great, but if it goes away a bit more, chase it a little bit.
How's the track? I mean, earlier on they were saying, especially with all that sunshine, that it was getting quite slick, but turn 3 and 4 had a lot of drive. Is that moisture starting to come back through now that the sun's gone?
Yeah, I think the track's come back a long way. It's we always know that Cromwell over Christmas it's going to be dry slick, but it definitely the temperature dropped off and the track come back a little bit.
Okay, any sponsors you want to take care of quickly while we're here?
Yeah, definitely Hydrolink. They help us out a shitload, and Nelson Powder Coaters, Amex, and Motul.
Okay, thanks very much, Diffie, for that. And of course, now we go back into our B main. This is the last opportunity for these guys to make it through to the final feature race coming up very shortly. And we can see that the 92 car of Caleb Brooks, and on his outside, the Singleton Signs 27 car of Daniel McKinnell. Next row, we'll see the 4 of Kyle Shearing and 73 Sean Ashton, 98 Mark Evans, 44 Alan Chapman there as well. And then we've got Nathan Astle and the 89 car, the Showtime, Jason Smith, ready to do his thing as well. Last chance, let's see if they can do it here at Central Motor Speedway and get into that feature race. Racing we go, and it looks like it's the 27 car of Daniel McKinnell. It's got off to a flyer, and just his third meeting in a sprint car. This man's got a great start, and behind him the 4 car of Kyle Shearing would be next. 92 Caleb Brooks is about half a length back from 73 Sean Ashton. Looks like Mark Evans having a great battle with the 44 car of Alan Chapman now as they go across the start finish line, making their way up into 1 and 2. Wee bit of contact there between Chapman and the 98 car of Mark Evans now. So Mark Evans is going to have a wee look down the inside going up between turn 3 and 4. Looks like he might make it stick as well. Chapman's not going to give it up without a fight though. So we look back to the 92 car of Caleb Brooks, about to be challenged on the inside by the 44 car of Alan Chapman now. Back behind them, it's the 98 of Mark Evans, and we've got, looks like, the 9 car of Nathan Estel starting to loom in behind there as well. He's starting to make his way up through the field. Back behind them, 1 spot, 17, Jackson Lovelady. But the battle's on for these three in this spot at the moment. Daniel McKinnell's off and gone, and it's 92 Caleb Brooks, 44 Alan Chapman. Evans having a wee look again. Astle up nice and high as they go up into 1 and 2 now. It's not too far to go in this 12-lap race. Look at Astle right round the outside of both those guys, and looks like he's put himself up into a nice position coming out of turn 3 and 4. Mark Evans is not going to give it up without too much of a fight here though. 92 Caleb Brooks is the next car on the hit list for the 9 car of Nathan Astle, as the 27 machine of Daniel McKinnell leads the race at this stage. For Kyle Shearing, he's there or thereabouts as well. Back behind them we'll see the 9 car of Nathan Astle that's starting to really climb into his work there, having a good battle with the 92 car of Caleb Brooks there. 1 spot back we'll see our next place car, which will be the 73 car. Sean Ashton, he's back in about 2nd spot at the moment. So let's see if he can hang on for the entire race here. So over 3/4 of the race distance is now gone, and at 27 it is the car that leads it at the moment pretty comfortably as well. That's Daniel McKinnell. Back behind him we'll see our next place machine, the 4 car of Kyle Shearing. 73 Sean Ashton would be in behind him now, and then we go back to 92 Caleb Brooks would be the next place car from 9 Nathan Astle. 98 Mark Evans is there or thereabouts as well, and he's got a wee bit of work to do to catch up behind the 9 car of Nathan Astle. Astle's got this thing dialed in for this race, that's for sure. Goes up nice and high, up between 1 and 2, round the outside of 92 of Caleb Brooks. Is a fantastic run here from the 9 car of Nathan Astle. He's starting to track down 73 Sean Ashton. He's starting to run out of laps a wee bit here, so let's see if he can get up behind him. He's gotten ever so close. He's about 4 off the pace now as he makes his way down the back straight up into turn 3 and 4. Brooks can't do too much from this part of the track as we look to see 4 Kyle Shearing there. Look, 6 car of Simon Stevens has gone round, and the green's still on. Nathan Astle's having a wee look down on Sean Ashton, but he can't quite make it work there. So it is a great wee race here from 9 Nathan Astle. He started off further down the field. He's made up quite a few spots. Fantastic pass on a couple of those guys earlier on in the race as well. So he's certainly got the right setups in the car. 73 Sean Ashton was currently running in that 3rd spot for Kyle Shearing, just ahead of him, and of course right up the front there the Singleton sign sponsor car of 27 Daniel McKinnell. So here's a bit of a replay here of 98 Mark Evans cutting the pole on there a wee bit, but nothing too major with that because he didn't gain anything from that. 32 Martin Harcourt, the value cars machine right at the tail end of the field. So once again, B main, this is it. This is the opportunity, the last chance to get into the feature race coming up at the end of the night here at Central Motor Speedway. And currently as it sits, they'll take the first 4 cars through, and 27 Daniel McKinnell, like we said before, his 3rd ever run in a sprint car, and doing a great job. Ex-Grant Lightfoot machine, Corey Price had it before him. Let's do it, let's go racing again, and he's off to another goodie. Is 4 Kyle Shearing is just about got tagged by the 73 car of Sean Ashton, and 9 Nathan Astle can see that, and it looks like we've got the yellows come back out again. So obviously they weren't too happy with the start. The Motor Speedway New Zealand officials have stopped them. No, actually 17 car of Jackson Lovelady is the reason why we've got this yellow this time round. So not ideal for Jackson. they get themselves into their single file for another restart. Daniel McKinnell, of course, 4 Kyle Shearing, 73 Sean Ashton, 9 Nathan Astle just in behind him. They start to come off turn number 3 and 4 now. Here we go, folks. Sprint to the finish. Racing we go. And McKinnell is doing the job. Looks like the 4 car of Kyle Shearing doesn't quite have the setup in this race. Up nice and high. Look at this, Nathan Astle really having a good go at the 73 car of Sean Ashton at the moment. And Ashton's too far away. Here comes the move from Nathan Astle right round the outside, up high on turn 3 and 4. Fantastic as we rejoin the leader. It is, of course, the 27 car of Daniel McKinnell, and he'll just about see the checkered flag this time round as he comes across the start-finish line. It will be the 27 car of Daniel McKinnell that will take the win. In second spot, we'll see the 4 of Kyle Shearing, 9 Nathan Astle would be in behind him. Then we go back to our next spot, the 73 car of Sean Ashton, and then it was 92 Caleb Brooks, 89 Jason Smith, there or thereabouts, rounding out the top 6 or so.
We're here with the driver of the 27i, Daniel McKinnon. Managed to get one better this time, and first spot in the B main. You'll be pretty happy with that going into the feature.
Yeah, no, pretty good for me. First round of the War of the Wings, get to start the feature, so and it's good to be starting halfway up the pack too in 13th. So we'll go out and see if we can improve from there, or see how we end up.
I tell you, your third ever time, or your third ever season in a sprint car, you're doing pretty good considering you got second the last one, you got first this one. Hopefully it's a thing to come for the feature.
Hopefully. I don't know if I'll keep up with the boys up the front, but we'll go out and just have a bit of fun anyway.
Definitely right. Any sponsors you want to take care of, Daniel?
Just the same, just Singleton Signs, Door Electrical Gore and Southern Aggregates.
Well, here we are, folks, back at Central Motor Speedway for this, the 25-lap feature race for this round of the War of the Wings. And looking like, though, that it will be the car of Jamie Duff and Sam O'Culligan that will get the front row start on this one. And then 88 Jason Scott with the 87 car of Luke Keegan there as well. Daniel Anderson and Matt Anderson, the 2 Andersons starting in row number 3, 69 Brett Sutherland, 75 Chris Gerard had a good run, but he's been a bit quiet as we start to get into the 4 wide formation. Of course, the opportunity for these guys to thank you all for coming along to Central Motor Speedway to support this round of the War of the Wings, folks. And I tell you what, we give you all the permission to flash your lights and beep your horns and do the clap, do the whole lot, as this is a spectacular sight in sprint car racing, no matter where you see it in the world. It's fantastic. Yeah, look at that, folks. Give them a round of applause. Get up to the fence, and great to see such a big field of these sprint cars that race around this Central Motor Speedway circuit. And of course, War of the Wings round held over multiple rounds around the South Island. And if you haven't had the opportunity to check these beasts out, you've definitely got to go. And of course, they're just amazing machines to watch. Jamie Duff, of course, he's a man that's been around sprint car racing for a number of years, ex-New Zealand champion last season, and he's been the form driver so far this season. Of course, the New Zealand Sprint Car Championships coming up at the Ruapuna Speedway, and it's his home track, literally. Even though he's got the T on the side of the car, he is certainly a Cantabrian through and through, and he doesn't mind telling people that as well. So these guys will get into their grid positions now, as we said before, 19, 49, 88, 87, 44, and the 16 car of Matt Anderson. You can see the guys there further down the field that managed to get transferred from that B main that we've seen just a little bit earlier on. So 49 Sam O'Culligan lines them up at the head of the field. The car on the outside, though, the 19 car of Jamie Duff, technically he is the person that will set the pace as they go across the white chalk line that we'll see get put down just before they come back round, and we should see them get a start. Clark of the course is saying one more lap to go, so we'll let them go. They'll put the white chalk out now, and these guys will literally be starting side by side. And of course, the Motor Speedway New Zealand officials are pretty strict on making sure that these guys get a fair start. But it is 25 laps, so there's plenty of room for these guys to get across, and any mistakes that are made earlier on, plenty of opportunity to perhaps get it all sorted out. They make their way up into turn 3 and 4. Duff, O'Culligan, Scott, Keegan. Here we go, folks. Going across the start-finish line. Racing we go. Oh, the Duff Man gets a beauty this time round, but Sam O'Culligan's not going to let him go without a bit of a fight here. Luke Keegan around the outside. Oh, he's got a bit of kangaroo juice in that machine. Just about found the wall. Oh, 44 Daniel Anderson going in nice and hot. He got into the tail end of the 88 car of Jason Scott, and he's managed to make his way sort of just tucked in behind still the 88 car of Jason Scott now. So Scotty starts to get into his work. There goes Matt Honeywell, and behind him the 16 car of Matt Anderson, 95 Ray Bourne, looks like 69 Brett Sutherland's. All sorts of problems, the whole right hand side of the machine smoking, so it's probably safe to say there could possibly be an engine that's let go in that machine now. So let's have a wee bit of a poke further down the field. Look at this battle going on between the 4 car of Kyle Shearing, 89 car of Jason Smith managed to make it through to the feature race as well. He's up nice and high, Kyle Shearing down nice and low. Of course, Kyle's done a lot of laps around here in the Fat Hippo designed Dig It earth moving machine. 9 Nathan Astle having a wee look up the top there just to see what's up there, see if he can find a bit of grip, because of course in that B main that's exactly where he found all the drive, made up lots of spots in that race. So we're sort of having a wee look further down the field, and of course 19 Jamie Duff is the man that's off and gone. Here's the battle about to unfold between the 92 car of Caleb Brooks and also the 9 of Nathan Astle. Astle looks like he might have found something up a little bit higher up the track there as well. So there we go, 92 Brooks, 11 Steve Sutherland, 9 Nathan Astle. Astle up nice and high up between turn 3 and 4 now. He's really got this high line sorted out, but Steve Sutherland shut the door on him, and now he's going to have to try and find another way around there as well. But 19 Jamie Duff, he's already gone through a good part of the tail end of the field, past his brother 15 Steve Duff Jr. A couple of laps or so ago. Here goes Astle, look at this run, fantastic. Around the outside of 11 Steve Sutherland, starting to really work this. Meanwhile, Jamie Duff is going around the outside of our 89 machine of Jason Smith, and Smith currently running about 13th spot, so already Duff has got this car dialed in beautifully here. He's got, looks like 11 Steve Sutherland just ahead of him now, as well as the 4 car of Kyle Shearing as they make their way up into turn 1 and 2. Sam O'Culligan can't keep up with the pace of the Duff Man, the 19 car, up between turn 3 and 4. As a look around the outside of 4 Kyle Shearing, gets it there as well. He's really going good. Bit of a wheel walk there from the other car, the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. as he come down the front straight. But look at this control from the 19 car of Jamie Duff, beautifully. Having a wee look down the car of 9 Nathan Astle that's running in 6 spots. That just tells you how much work young Jamie Duff has done in this machine. So 19 Duff Man. Once again, up into turn 3 and 4. 92 Caleb Brooks has just gone right round. He's trying to get it back, but it won't work. And that will bring out our first yellow for this feature race here, this 25-lap feature race here at Central Motor Speedway. And I'm not sure what happened. The track, you can see, starting to get pretty slick, black as. Looks like there's a bit of a cush there, though, about 3/4 of the way up the track. And if you're keen, you can stick your right rear into that thing and see what happens here. The crash crew come to check you out, make sure the 92, the dyes pass Mitre 10 car of Caleb Brooks. Checking him out, looks like he's given the guys the thumbs up. They'll probably get the car a bit of a restart there. Once again, nothing too major, just simply spun out. Here's a replay of it anyway. There's Duff Man coming around to put him down a lap, and he just lost control. Nothing he could do about it. Becomes a bit of a passenger just after that, and of course no damage done. He did try to give it a bit of a flick to see if he could get it back going again, but he was probably a little bit unaware of where he was exactly. Righto, so let's get them all lined up back into their single file. 88 Jason Scott Simpson, of course, each part's performance got a lot of work to do. King of Cromwell, not so much tonight, but certainly knows how to get this car hooked up, and it's just that track's a bit slick, but hard to pass. Righto, so let's go. 19 Jamie Duff, remember lap traffic stays where it is, and the second spot looks like it's 87 Luke Keegan and Sam O'Culligan, but Sam O'Culligan right down the inside of the 89 car of Jason Smith there, as Jamie Duff gets back into his work now, up between turn 3 and 4. The Duff Man, look at this, fantastic, already opened up. Geez, look at the length he's opened up, probably about 20 25 car links back to the 4 of Kyle Shearing. Of course, Kyle Shearing is way back there in about 10th spot at the moment, so nothing too wrong with that. It's just not on the same lap as Jamie Duff. Back in that next spot, 49 Sam O'Culligan's doing the job. Luke Keegan, a wee bit of a battle going on between him and the 88 car of Jason Scott. Scotty certainly made up a few spots, but still a fair bit of work to do for the man that knows this track just about like no other. The BRT sponsored car of Luke Keegan. Here comes 64 Matt Honeywell and the Sky Farmers Aviation sponsored machine. He's doing pretty good as well. 75 Chris Gerard, winner of our first race of the night. And he's trying to get up and be in amongst all the racing as well. Scotty up high, Luke Keegan down low, Jason Smith there as well. These guys are really having a great wee battle as they go up into turn number 1 and 2 now. Nathan Astor's really well controlled tonight and his beast as well. So Honeywell looking good. Oh, what's happened here is that it's brought out a yellow. We've got a yellow come out and it's for turn number 1 and 2. Somebody's parking the wall there. Bit of dust. 27 Daniel McKinnell, after that fantastic run that he had in the B main, he's parked it into the wall. So we'll go back and reset it all. 19 Jamie Duff. Let's get ready to race here. Green, no mucking around with these guys tonight. Racing we go. So the Duff man still leads it. Keegan. And of course, 64 Matt Honeywell. Bit of a sort out happening. These guys all racing for the minor spots at the moment. Sam O'Culligan's racing for position. There goes Luke Keegan down on the inside of him though, so that'll put him up into that second spot. Matt Honeywell's looming around as well as they come out of turn number 2. Sam O'Culligan's got that spot back. 87 Luke Keegan trying to get down back on the inside round turn 3 and 4. Jason Scott's going around the outside though. Well, Steve Duff Jr.'s having some problems with a few wobbles there. Yeah, look at this 88 Jason Scott up nice and high. He's right up beside Luke Keegan. Ooh, just about a bit of touchy-feelies between those two. They've got Steve Duff Jr. there as well. Scotty, he's right beside Luke Keegan. He's had to back out of it though. Luke Keegan does a snooky one going down the front straight, duck down the inside of the 49 car of Sam O'Culligan, so he's off and underway. So there's Jason Scott and Sam O'Culligan. It's the uncle versus the nephew. Up high, uncle. Down low, nephew. Uncle gets it this time round as they make their way up into 1 and 2 now. Fantastic racing from these sprint cars here tonight at Central Motor Speedway. 88 Jason Scott, Edge Punch Performance, Simpson sponsored car. He's trying to track down some traffic further up in the form of the 64 car of Matt Honeywell. Nathan Astor's sort of settled down a wee bit now. He's sitting back in about 6th or 7th spot there. There's 87 Luke Keegan coming up behind the 11 car of Steve Sutherland at the moment. Sutherland's down a wee bit though. He's sitting back about 11th spot. And of course Keegan's going to lap him as he's coming up behind him now. Here he goes, nice sweet pass on the inside between turn 3 and 4, beautifully controlled. Multiple New Zealand modified champion Luke Keegan made it look so easy. He's really come to grips to this car quite well. Astor hits the wall up on turn 3 and 4. He's gotten away with it though. As we look for our currently 11th place car, I think it is, yes it is, it's Steve Sutherland from Nelson. So from the top of the South Speedway, doing a good job as well. So there's not too many laps left to go in this 25 lap feature race here at Central Motor Speedway. And for Kyle Shearing's got the Fat Hippo designed a Digger earth moving machine going along quite nicely here. White flags come out, she's 1 to go for our leader, and that is the 19 car of Jamie Duffy, just about be going across the start finish line now. This has been a fantastic run from him. There he goes, 19 Jamie Duff takes the win, well and truly. Back in second spot, the 87 car of Luke Keegan, and behind him 64 Matt Honeywell. 49 Sam O'Culligan hangs off for a good 475 Chris Gerard up from the tail end of the field in 5th. And 6th was the 9 car of Nathan Astor. 7th, 16 Matt Anderson. 8th was the 95 of Ray Bourne. 9th was the 27 of Daniel McKinnell, even after hitting the wall, so he gained a few spots there. In 10th was the 4 of Kyle Shearing. 11th, the 11 of Steve Sutherland. In 12th, the 88 Jason Scott drifted back through the field. 13th, the 89 of Jason Smith. In 14th was the 73 of Sean Ashton. 15th, the 92 of Caleb Brooks. And a couple of DNFs there. Steve Duff Jr. There we go, Jamie Duff trying to get the car to spin up. And also DNF to 44T Daniel Anderson, and 69 Brett Sutherland, and 32 of Martin Harcourt. Well done, Jamie Duff takes this round of the War of the Wing.
Okay, so we're here with the third place getter in the feature tonight, round number 4 of the War of the Wings here at Central Motor Speedway. Matt Honeywell, you've done the job, mate. Not quite where you wanted to be, but third on the podium, still pretty good.
Yeah, no, I've got to be happy with that. I wasn't too sure where I ended up in the end, but no, that's good. I'm more than happy with third, and started a wee way back, started in 9th, so we had a fair bit of work to do to get up there, and it took a while, but we come on during the end there, near the end, so it was good.
I'm going to ask all three of you podium getters this. What's running through your head when you're out there and you've got so much dust and cars all around you, you're doing that kind of horsepower, and you've got a concrete wall on the outside of you? What's running through your head when you're going through lap traffic?
Oh, I suppose there's a few things you don't think of, and there's a few things you do think of. The wall's not one that I think of, really, so it's just a matter of going as fast as you can. And the dust seems to, it's probably worse watching, really, when everything's moving and going through. It doesn't seem too bad, so just got to concentrate on where your line is and the car in front you got to get to, and drive as hard as possible, really, and don't think of anything else.
Well, congratulations on third spot, Matt, for the round number 4 of the War of the Wings here at Central Motor Speedway. Any sponsors you want to take care of?
Yeah, got some good sponsors. Mifflin Trucking, Miller's Tractor Spares, Plains Irrigators, Graham Cameron Contracting, R&R Spreading, Sky Farmers, and that's about it. Cheers.
Okay, so we're here with the driver of the 87C car, the BRT Racing Sprint car. It is Luke Keegan, second spot in tonight's round 4 of the War of the Wings here at Central Motor Speedway. Pretty chuffed with that?
Yeah, really happy. I mean, second's good. We had a bit of a tough night. Broke a rocker in one of the heats, and I managed to finish the heat and qualify 4th, and then tagged the fence pretty hard in that feature as well, and broke the Jacob's ladder and stuff. But it still, car went nice, and just sort of got my confidence back again. I got a couple of guys got past us, but we just worked our way back past them, and yeah, it was heaps fun.
I've seen you did tag the wall, and it must not have cost you much. Obviously, you just said that you broke your ladder and you couldn't quite get high enough, so second spot was about as good as it got. But however, a very, very quick Jamie Duff. You still got to be chuffed, and I want to ask you this now. What's running through your head? You got a concrete wall on the outside of you, you got cars all around you, dust in your eyes, and you're trying to make your way through lap traffic.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's scarier watching it than it is actually driving behind the wheel. Behind the wheel, it's you just focus on what you're doing. You see guys every now and then. You got no mirrors, nothing. So you're just sort of so focused on what you're doing, and trying not to let guys past and trying to keep passing cars. And it's sort of I suppose from the crowd's point of view, they see more of the sort of crazy action going on than we do behind the wheel. But it's still heaps of fun. Especially racing close with all these guys, Jace and Callahan and Duffy and that. They good fast guys, and we went through that whole thing. We tagged the fence, but apart from that, I don't think we touched the car. So it was it was pretty close, but it was fast.
Yep. So any sponsors you want to take care of while we're here, Luke?
Yeah, as always, BRT Bolton Race Team, Josh, Bruce and Linda for giving us this car to skid around in and have heaps of fun. And Site, Pipeline Civil Marine, Megan Turbo, Interblock, and just all my crew guys, especially tonight, Greg, my dad, and Trev Wishart. He's been helping us out tonight, and he's really given us he's really put us forward a huge amount tonight. So without him tonight, we sort of wouldn't have been on the pace as good. So just a huge thanks to those guys.
Well, congratulations, Luke, on the second spot, and hopefully we might catch up with you again in round 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we're here with the winner of the feature for round 4 here at Central Motor Speedway. It is Jamie Duff. It was a pretty clean-cut race from you, wasn't it?
The boys gave me a car I could do the job with, and it turned out real good.
I see you're holding a piece of your car there that's not supposed to be in your hands, but on your wheel.
Yeah, I tagged the wall in lap 2, going in the 1 and 2, and lost this. Didn't even know it was gone.
Yeah, but it didn't come off in lap 2. It came off about 3/4 of the way through the race because it almost took a couple of the crowd members out.
I apologise.
So I want to ask you this: when you're out there, you're in first spot, you're going as fast as you are, concrete wall on the outside of you, lap traffic all around you, dust in your eyes. What's running through your head?
Don't mess it up. That's about it.
Because you've done that plenty of times before, eh, Duff?
Yeah, learn the hard way.
All good, man. Any sponsors you want to take care of?
Whole Diamond Tools, Straight Shipping, Concart, Family and Friends, and the Cromwell Club. Cheers.